What you doing, readers? I'm DAC, and I'm going to talk about Volume 10 of the Splatoon Manga by Sankichi Hinodea. Ooh, man, I love Splatoon, you should know that. But this volume came out on September 8, 2020 in English, and it pretty much leads into the semifinals of the Ranked Battle Cup. And overall, just the battles in this volume, I feel like are a lot cooler. They're a lot better. I wouldn't say they're more serious because, I mean, it still stays true to the nature of the manga. But the battles do seem cooler, and I think that's because maybe a little more serious tone because of the antagonists. But they're just cooler. They're cooler battles. They're a little longer so you can get more depth with them. They're not just like, they start and they're over. There's more like, a little bit more back and forth. Most of them are still only one or two chapters, so they're not super long. But I just really like the direction the battles are taking. And I think that's because the teams are getting better too. And they even acknowledge it in the volume that everyone seems to be getting better. And you have this whole thought process, at least I do, of like, they beat antagonists, they join up, and then that antagonist seems to get worse. No, it's because the protagonists continue to get better. And you see this in pretty much any anime, really, as protagonist gets beaten, turns good, then they don't seem as strong. That's because the protagonist keeps getting better. And everyone does too. And even though the nature of this antagonist just seems to be like everyone else, whatever. It's not a serious manga anyway, it's just more to have fun. Even though this one does have a somewhat less goofiness to it than the rest. But that's my initial impression of the manga. Let me talk about what actually happens and the things I like in it. So, first it opens up with a new team that Team Blooper has going to be facing. They're called Iramaki Rangers. Iramaki referring to their shoes. And I guess Rangers just being kind of Power Rangers. They have this kind of Power Rangers aesthetic to them. They do goofy poses, and they're just referred to as goofy. And that's kind of as goofy as this volume gets, weirdly. It starts off goofy, and then it doesn't really get too wacky. Which, I don't know, I guess that's why the tone just seems different to me. But yeah, their first match with the Iramaki Rangers is a Splat Zone, and they seem to think of it as a miniature turf wars, which for some reason I just never thought of, and it makes so much sense. Of course, this is the first time they act like they know what Splat Zones is, and of course they win because Team Blooper is the protagonist team, so of course they win. Of course they cut it close because you need a little bit of attention. But yeah, just this wacky Iramaki Rangers, and it's all lighthearted. They win, they're happy about it, and there's no hard feelings. And then we actually get ready for the semifinals. And before those start though, we get a little bit of backstory of Skull from Team S4. Apparently was on the same team as the leader of X-Blood, Vintage. And this is about as much a backstory as we get really for any character. But I guess it's a neat thing to just randomly include. It's not like these manga really have a thorough story to them. But, I guess giving a little backstory to an antagonist and then an old antagonist and then seeing kind of how they grow. And it's also to try to show how Team Blue is able to make these people who are all about winning and competition to, playing for fun. And I guess that's the dynamic they're going with between Skull and Vintage. So it is a little nice that they include something like it. Now, the first battle of the semifinals is X-Blood versus Team Gloves. It's a Rainmaker match. And this is where you get to see, winning versus fun. And even though X-Blood doesn't really seem to take it too seriously, they're not like they're going to crush them. They're just like, we're going to do pretty much the bare minimum they would need to win. And Team Gloves tries to go hard, but they're still having fun. But you show that, they are putting up some competition, and they are challenging X-Blood's, way of thinking. Even though they don't seem to budge in this match. Of course, when we get to them facing Team Blooper, that's probably going to change. But yeah, of course, X-Blood wins, not by a total knockout, so that's nice. They still had some room to give, but yeah, it was good. And then on to the last match of the volume was Team Blooper versus Team S4. Also another Rainmaker match. This one was a close one. Team Blooper barely wins, but it's also Skull, just reinforcing his loss pretty much, but still knowing that he's having fun now, and he can see that, he can feel that, and it's just him acknowledging that. And then it goes to show a little bit more of, Vintage and Skulls and how they changed and their dynamic between them. So there's all of that. And that's pretty much what happened in the main part of this manga. But there was a bonus chapter, just a little one, to show how Bobble Hat started using an octo brush instead of her slosher in the final match between Blooper and S4. They make a joke about it, about how she's using a different weapon and no one noticed. I didn't notice until they pointed out either. I don't know, I guess that's just something you don't pay attention to. But yeah, it was just a cute little thing of her wanting to help out Specs with his strategy since he can't actually be in the battle. Yeah, just a cute little thing. Also, I adore Bobblehead. She's just a ray of sunshine, really. Always happy. If there was any backstory I want more of, it would be for Bobblehead. But that's not the only bonus thing we get in it. The thing I'm even more excited to see, there was a little bonus chapter written by Marina Ida. One, did not know she had a last name, did not know any of them have last names, but yeah, she apparently, wrote this manga chapter called Dear Pearl. It's a cute little thing. It's like a letter to Pearl, almost like a dream, and kind of poetic, really. And it was adorable. I love Marina. She's just so sweet and wonderful. I don't know. Marina, you're great. But not only was it cute, it was also written in the Inkling language. Don't even know where to start with deciphering this. Luckily, it gives you an English translation. It would have been funny if they didn't. I thought that would be cool if they just left it in Inkling language, whatever. But yeah, no, it's cool that they did something like this. It was just really nice to see. And like I said, Marina. But that's pretty much it for this volume. Volume 10 of the Splatoon manga. What did you think? Have you read it? Are you caught up on Splatoon manga? Do you love Splatoon like I do? Do you love Marina and Bobblehead like I do? You should, because they're adorable. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. But if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more of what I'm reading, all kinds of other stuff, go and subscribe to my channel. You can see when I do all that. But until next time, I am the AC. Thank you for watching, and bye.